What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Bearded Fireflies Wrestling Podcast. Today, Saturday, December 16th, year of our Lord, year of the dragon, year of, I don't know.
Just not the American Dragon.
Not the American Dragon. Danielle Bryanson. Or
Danielle
Brian
Bryanson.
Danielson. Yeah, not the year of Daniel Bryan, not the year of Lord Steven Regal. All right, it is the year of our Lord. I don't know what fucking year it is this year. Year of the cow, moose. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, it's Robin Williams. What year is it?
What is the year? Yes, but anyways, everybody, today we are going to talk a little bit about NXT Deadline. We were going to jump on last Sunday, but my meds have been kicking my ass that I'm taking, and I just didn't want to lose the entertainment value from being like, you know what I mean? And Saturday, once again, my meds were kicking my ass. So, anyways, we're here. We're going to talk about that. But before we get into Deadline, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Chris, how has your week been?
It's been okay, man. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster of a week. Thankfully, it's Saturday, so at least enjoy somewhat of a day off. So I always feel like the weekends go by so damn fast.
Yeah, it feels like at one moment you're getting off work on Saturday, or sorry, on Friday night, and then you're going right back to work Monday morning.
Yeah, that's why when everybody says "Thank God it's Friday," I'm like, bro, it's just 2 more days till Monday.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. How's your day been today?
We talked about that before we started, so won't get into that.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. I feel you, man. I feel you. And today's been a day. I took a walk down to the grocery store, not grocery store, like it's like a small convenience store in town, and went and got some energy drinks, some Celsius. I need it so that I don't start punching people in the face like KO. You know what I mean? Went to the mailroom, picked up some mail. Had an unsurprising gift in there, so I was excited about that. But yeah, been watching scary videos pretty much all day. Yeah,
I got one of my friend's Christmas gifts in today from the mail. It's a CM Punk shirt from when we go to the Rumble.
Nice. Are you excited about that one or no?
I'm very excited. It's gonna be a great Rumble.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of unpredictability, especially with what happened, on Monday and on Friday. So there's a lot that's up in the air right now, and we are going to get into that. But it was exciting. But we're going to kick off the show, and we're going to talk about NXT Deadline. Chris had mentioned Deadline. He talks about NXT. He hypes NXT and the new version of NXT. They called it 2.0. I think they did away with 2.0, but they revitalized NXT. I haven't really watched NXT in a hot minute. I think the last NXT show I watched was War Games, when the new NXT was taking on Black and Gold, which was a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
And so I haven't sat down and actually watched a full-fledged premium live event, pay-per-view, what have you. And and I was not disappointed one bit. I'll say that. Just a general synopsis. I was not disappointed. What's up?
I think people were so quick to shit on 2.0.
Yeah.
And the change was necessary because Black and Gold and the main didn't have a connection between the two.
Yeah. It's completely different brand. In my opinion, it's refreshing. You know, it's awesome. You know, you don't have the same 3 or 4 women running after the women's title. You don't got the same 3 or 4 guys running after the title, right? There's a ton of contenders for, both. I didn't really see too much of the tag team scene because it was not very tag team heavy. I don't even think there was a tag team match on the card. But man, it was a great fucking show. Really good show. And we'll get into it. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the one thing that I can say about HBK is he appreciates every division that's on his show. If you watch his week-to-week program, like every Tuesday, he fits in so much talent, bro. It's insane. Like when I tell you there's at least like 40 superstars that make each show, it's insane. It's a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
He does more for talent than Raw and SmackDown combined, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I believe it, based off of what I see. So the first match we had Axiom versus Frazier. I didn't watch it. It's not that I didn't want to watch it. I just completely forgot that it was on. And but Chris, you seen it, and you what happened?
So we got a very aggressive Nathan Frazier. And for those of you who don't know who Nathan Frazier is, he is a pupil of Seth Rollins from the UK. He is absolutely phenomenal in the ring. There was one point in the match where I thought he was going to win. He hit a super kick so hard, it sounded like he knocked the dude's teeth out.
Jesus.
Axiom ended up winning that match. But honestly, people have been sleeping on both of these guys, I think, since they debuted. And the SmackDown crowd got a taste of Axiom a couple weeks ago with Dragon Lee. And when we get that same thing for Nathan Frazier, man, he's going to open up a lot of eyes because I think he is the second coming of Seth Rollins. Like, he is freaking incredible.
Awesome. Like you said, Axiom beat Nathan Frazier. It was given a B- on Bleacher Report, but I feel Bleacher Report is very, very stigmatizing. The next we had Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee. Sweet mother of God, what a match! And it was
just go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it was a straight up one-on-one. No outside interference, which was refreshing to see. It showed, in my opinion, Dirty Dom can hang on his own without outside interference. God, what a fucking phenomenal match, dude. What a phenomenal match.
And I think it's a testament to how hard Dominic has been willing to work just to get to where he's at. Because I remember the internet shitting on Dom his whole babyface run. And I said from the beginning, I said, bro, after he took that ass kicking by Seth Rollins with the Singapore Canes, I'm like, this kid's going to be special. I'm like, you guys probably don't see it right now, but I 100% see how good Dom can be. And the second he turned heel, people are like, oh, this isn't going to work. He can't pull a heel off. And when they did the prison thing, I'm like, bro, I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on Dominic Mysterio. And I was hyping him up every single week, like I do NXT. And eventually everybody started seeing what I was seeing. I'm like, bro, Dominic Mysterio is the most improved wrestler in 2023. Nobody can tell me different.
Easily the most improved in 2023. Dom has put in that work, and it proves here, he put over Dragon Lee in a big way. Rey Mysterio was on commentary ringside. It was pretty cool to see that, and then afterwards to see, Dragon Lee go over to Rey and kind of say, "I did this for you," as a sign of respect. So that was pretty cool, and it shows that Dragon Lee is ready to take the luchador style to the next level once Rey retires, which, in my opinion, hopefully soon.
Right. I think Ray's got maybe 5 more years, if that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would love for Dom to be the one to retire him, if I'm being 100% honest with you.
Yeah.
If not, Dom, and Santos would be my second pick to retire Ray. But Dragon Lee is arguably one of the best talents on the scene right now. He is so smooth and so quick at everything he does.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Next, we had the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. I didn't know what to expect because I've never seen an Iron Survivor match, and it did not disappoint. I was thoroughly impressed, thoroughly enjoyed the Iron Survivor women's match. The match started off with Blair Davenport and Fallon Henley going at it. And then you had the introduction of Tiffany Stratton, Kalani Jordan, and then Lash Legend. And, during this match, you and I were talking, and I when Lash Legend came out and she was just ripping through those women, I literally looked at you and I was like, that woman is not who I remember seeing when she was fucking dominant. Absolutely dominant, dude. If I'm not wrong, she came out and got like 3 consecutive pins, or maybe 2.
And
yeah, go ahead.
I think she did the Roman Reigns.
Sorry,
yeah, I think there's a lag. So if I cut you off, then
no, you're good. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. I was just gonna say she did the Roman Reigns thing where she stacked them and pinned them 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Lash Legend really shined, and she's another one that I was saying, bro, give her a couple months in NPC and she's gonna impress everybody. And they're like, oh no, Lash Legend's trash. He's trash. I'm like, all right, bro, keep thinking that. And she shut everybody up.
She shut everybody up and shut everybody down, man. It was amazing. But in the match, we seen it come down. It came down to Lash Legend having 2 pinfalls, Blair Davenport having 2. She ended up getting the 3rd pinfall, and Lash Legend was in the penalty box because she had just gotten pinned. And before Blair Davenport could get the 3rd pinfall, she got released. So she got, Lash Legend got released out of the penalty box. She hit that 3 and then ran around the ring to expire the time, which was smart. Very smart. I think they booked it perfect. And I think what happened after the match was even more noteworthy because you had Valkyria come out, and Valkyria was standing at the entrance, and she had the title belt above her head, and then out comes Cora Jade. And I know you like Cora Jade.
Phenomenal, bro. I think, or well, not think. I hope this second run of hers is better than she has been since she debuted. She's kind of like that mean girl that I don't think has a ton of ring talent, but I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt of proving me wrong. I personally don't see anybody being better than Tiffany Stratton is.
Yeah, I agree. Tiffany Stratton, God, she's amazing too. Like all the women, I like watching that. All the women have a great future ahead of them. All the women have a bright future ahead of them. And we even seen, interference. I think, if I'm not wrong, there was interference by Nikita Lyons too, and she ran in too. So that was cool to see her. I could be wrong.
That was the NXT before Deadline.
Yeah, you're right. David Gilliam on Facebook says he thinks that Ray's going to retire after Mania next year, and he also says Lash Legend should be with Lashley and the Street Profits. I think that could be cool, but I think to reinvigorate a character, bring them in, it should be it should be a Bianca, in my opinion.
Yeah. For me, I think Metaphor in NXT is working way too well to get rid of Lash Legend. I think splitting her from that group will be a huge mistake.
Yep. I agree. The next match we had was Carmelo Hayes versus Lexis King. I thought it was a pretty decent match.
Yeah.
I think that watching Carmelo Hayes is super fucking talented, and we already know that. But watching him, he slowed down the match for Lexis King because Lexis King can't bang like he can, so he slowed it down, and he wasn't carrying the match. They were working perfectly, but they got great chemistry. Lexis King with trying to pull the wool over everybody's eyes and shaking his hand, and saying, "Hey, we did this together," and Carmelo saying, "No, we didn't fucking do this shit together. You attacked him, not me." So that was a great match. It was cool to see, no interference from Trick Williams whatsoever. It was also cool to see, Lexis King get in. I think my only gripe about this is this was his first premium live event, and he took the L.
So I agree with you. I'm 100% against the result of that match, but hearing the promo he cut after the match where he's like, "Oh, I didn't attack him. I just wanted the PLE spotlight." I thought that was a brilliant way of him to put it, this is who I am, and this is how I'm going to get ahead by any means necessary. I still think Melo attacked Trick. I genuinely think Melo attacked Trick. There's no looking around it for me. I think Melo did it. I think we're seeing a Big Cass and Enzo situation where he's trying to blame everybody else. But if I'm wrong, I'll eat my words. But I think Melo did it.
Yeah, I agree. Next, we had the men's Iron Survivor Challenge. My fucking God, dude, blew me out of the water.
If there was such thing as a perfect match,
that was perfect.
Yeah.
We started off with Dijak and Josh Briggs. They tore the house down. Fucking tore the house down right off the bat. And then you had Tyler Bate come in.
They beat the shit out of each other.
God, did they? They beat the dog shit out of each other. Tyler Bate came in. Trick Williams came in. Trick was eating the fucking pinfalls left and right in that, when he first came in. And then you had Braun Breaker come in. And Braun Breaker, my God. Braun Breaker came in like a brick shit house, dude. Just train wrecked everybody. He hit 4 pinfalls right off. No, 3 pinfalls right off. Was it 4 or 3?
3 pinfalls, yeah.
Yeah, he hit 3 pinfalls, 3 spears right off the bat. Blew me away. Absolutely blew me the fuck away. And like when the match was happening, I was texting. I was like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I knew Braun Breaker was good, but that motherfucker came in and just destroyed people. Overall, great match, right? Like any one of those 5 men could run for the NXT championship.
I was pulling for Dijak, if I'm being 100% honest with you, because I think Dijak is overdue for something, and I think a title shot is something that he deserves. But with that being said, the Eddie Thorpe thing was, storyline. He's still in a story with Eddie, so it makes sense that he didn't win it just yet. And when we get into the Tuesday show, more happened with Eddie and Dijak, so I'm excited to talk about that. But that's the genius about HBK, man. Like, nobody thought Trick Williams was going to win. Nobody.
No, 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 absolutely not. And Trick pulled off 4 consecutive pinfalls within 90 seconds, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah, it was
crazy like
crazy.
that. Yeah, absolutely bewildering. It was crazy, but yeah, I definitely didn't think that was going to happen. Next we had Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James. Pretty in a steel cage match. Pretty solid match. There was running
Kiana James
interference.
came out of her own, man. I've been saying it since I saw her in last year's Deadline in Orlando. Um, she didn't get any pinfalls last Deadline in the Iron Survivor match at all, like zero. And I was saying that I think she's one of those talents that's going to open a lot of eyes, man. And
Yep.
when she had this match with Roxanne, everybody knows how good Roxanne is. Roxanne is great.
Yeah.
And having Izzy Dame come out and help Kiana just made that match so much better.
Yeah. Because it was completely unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
pretty solid match.
I just Kiana James, I think, is a future winner. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then the main event final match, Dragunov versus Baron Corbin. And you and I talked about this, and I thought Baron Corbin was going to take it. Dragunov is an absolute fucking animal.
Yeah.
I've seen his work before. Absolute animal, but he destroyed Baron Corbin with fucking H bombs, dude. Wait, like 4 or 5 of them?
Yeah.
God, he destroyed him.
I think he hit 3 or 4. I think the 4th one was like the jumping one.
Yep. But
And
there were
then he
so
ended
many.
it with a torpedo.
Yeah, there were so many near falls in in that match, and god damn, just amazing fucking match. And it shows that
I think a title is in the cards for Baron Corbin.
I fucking hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
That man is a goddamn workhorse. But I thought
Agreed.
the overall show was great. I thought that everybody on the show busted their ass. Great show. I don't have any qualms with it whatsoever. None whatsoever.
Yeah, I think if I could change any result, it would be Lexis King and Carmelo.
Yep. And there's
But
more
other
into
than
the
that, it's
Lexis
great.
King. Yeah, there's more into the Lexis King Carmelo thing on NXT, if I'm not wrong, or at least something with Melo.
Yeah.
So Monday was pretty forgettable in my opinion. I actually went to bed early, not because wrestling was boring, but my meds were beating my ass. But what I did catch, I saw the CM Punk signing his contract with Monday Night Raw, and his confrontation with Seth Rollins, which was really cool because you got to hear exactly what Seth thought about fucking CM Punk. But I gotta ask you, Chris, does that sound, that promo, did that sound oddly familiar to you?
People were trying to compare it to the Hangman Punk promo. But I think there's that genuine hate that Rollins does have for Punk. I think there is a lot of venom because every word that Seth Rollins spoke was 100% fact. He spent 10 years dumping on WWE. He spent 10 years trying to tear down WWE. And then he spent the last couple of years in AEW trying to tear down WWE.
Yeah.
And people can say that, yeah. And people could say that, oh, it was like Hangman's promo towards Seth. I mean, Punk. And I said, well, I mean, I guess you can compare that last line to what he said to Punk saying that he's going to protect the protect the company from him or whatever. But other than that, I didn't. Hangman wasn't on my mind at all in that promo. I don't care. Hangman is garbage.
Very true. I watching that promo, I was like paying attention to Seth's body language, and you could tell he was not looking at Punk, right? Like I feel like he was doing everything in his power not to look at him, because it probably could have, it probably would have gone off script. It wouldn't have been pretty, and that would have been an unscripted moment on live TV that we haven't seen in a very long time.
I think Rollins is professional enough to have that kind of conversation on live TV, even if it went unscripted. I don't think it would turn into anything like we're going to throw fists at each other and beat the fuck out of each other. Yeah. And the reason I say that is because he worked with Riddle, and Riddle came after his wife.
Yeah. Yeah, very true.
You know what I mean? So I think Rollins is the ultimate professional, and I want to believe that CM Punk is back for the right reasons and isn't going to be the toxic CM Punk, but we'll see.
Yep. And in that little promo and that little engagement, Punk said that he has entered himself into the Royal Rumble. So it's the second person that has announced that they've entered themselves into the Royal Rumble. And so that means that we're going to have Cody and Punk in the Rumble. Where they're at, we don't know yet, and that's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting to watch. I'm really anticipating it now, because we have two top contenders for championships, and I know you and I both said we don't want to see that happen, but now that it is coming to fruition, and there is a potential that Punk could fight Rollins, or that, you know, Cody is going to main event WrestleMania one of the nights to fight Roman. I mean, it is written in the stars. They're literally pointing it out.
Both of those matches are absolute money.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, we're watching this shit unfold right in front of our eyes. They're setting up Punk versus Rollins, and they're setting up, you know, Cody and Roman. And from speculation that I've heard in some dirt sheets, that might be Roman's last match because his body. So, I mean, if that is, what better way, you know?
But I'm also hearing in the same breath that that he might break Hogan's record.
He could. We don't.
Which I have no interest in seeing that.
You have no interest in seeing it? Well, you know, we shall see, man. We shall see. So there was, like I said, Raw was pretty forgettable. I think the thing that I paid attention to the most was Judgment Day and R-Truth's little segment that they had, and that was pretty fucking hilarious. I know
you get a chance to go back and watch Raw at all. Sorry. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
you're forgetting we're delayed.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, go back and watch that Bronson and Ivar match. That match was insanely good.
Okay, yeah, that was a good match. I remember watching that. That was a pretty solid match, and from my understanding, Nakamura and Cody was really good. The main event.
Yeah, Shinsuke and Cody was really good too.
Yeah. And that's something that I feel like they're trying to throw a curveball at everybody by putting Cody in this feud with Nakamura to throw them off the track of, hey, WrestleMania is right around the fucking corner, and, you know, somebody's got to contend for the title. I don't think that they're going to put Randy over for, you know, against Roman. I think that they're going to feed Randy to Roman, or that, you know, Solo is going to get involved. But you never know. Who knows? I'm just wrestling. WWE right now is very fucking good, and their product is getting better and better every week. So NXT. What happened on NXT, Chris?
So NXT, we had the men's breakout tournament start. They introduced all the talents on who's competing. But here comes Lexus King attacking one of the breakout tournament guys, and he got put in the tournament instead. He attacked this Bear Hill guy with a steel chair, and he put himself in the tournament now. So I'm pretty excited to see if he goes all the way because Lexus King getting a title shot would be pretty damn crazy. It would piss off the entire internet. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, we had Cora Jade, Lyra, Blair Davenport, and Nikita all get into it backstage, setting up a match between Nikita and Lyra versus Blair and Cora. That was a pretty good segment, but the first match they had was Josh Briggs, Brooks Jensen, and Fallon Henley against who was it? Last Legend, Oro Mensah, and Noam Dar, I believe it was. Noam Dar was in there. Really good match. I think Metaphor is one of the best stables to come out of NXT right now because they're not only are they really entertaining, but they're all really good in the ring. I think Oro can do a little bit better in the ring because he's sometimes a little too fast. But Oro is really great. Metaphor is really great too. But Jensen, Briggs, and Fallon Henley won that match. And then we cut to Carmelo Hayes supposedly getting attacked backstage. He's sitting there laying on a pile of pipes saying that he got attacked and everything else and saying, oh, I got attacked by the same person you did. And, I again, Melo is the one who did it. If he didn't, I'll be surprised. And then we had one of the breakout tournaments right after that segment happened. It was Oba Femi against Miles Bourne, who, for those of you that don't know, Miles Bourne is hearing impaired, and he's his style is after Randy Orton. Like, he moves just as smooth as a young Randy Orton did. He's very, very good, and you would never know that he was hearing impaired, but he's phenomenal. Oba Femi won that match. He just returned from I don't know if he was injured or if they were just repackaging him, but Oba is a really heavy favorite in winning the whole tournament. But like I said, now that Lexus King is in that match, it's like, okay, so either he's going to go all the way or there's going to be a curveball in here somewhere where Lexus King gets screwed out of the tournament.
Yeah.
Then we had Tiffany Stratton do like a little interview about Fallon Henley. They're going to have a match this coming week. Pretty excited about that because Fallon Henley is another one that has massively improved. I think she's phenomenal in the ring. She proved that at Deadline how good and okay, we're good. It keeps lagging. The camera keeps shutting off.
Oh no, you're good.
Can you hear me okay still?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
I think it froze.
Yeah, Chris, I can hear you, man. You're good.
Okay, just making sure. Then we had a match between Tyler Bate and Dragon Lee. So I think Tyler Bate is ready to get called up. They need to do something with him because what he's doing now is just kind of like he's being put in matches. He's not getting wins. So it's like where do we go from here with him? And my only thought is reuniting him with Butch or Pete Dunne and doing British Strong Style again. I mean, that's really the only option I see that's available for him right now.
Yeah.
Of course, Dragon Lee retained. Yeah. Josh Briggs announced that he's going to get a shot at the Heritage Cup after they won that 6-man tag to start off the show. And then we had Dijak versus Eddie Thorpe, and it ended in disqualification, but they beat the brakes off of each other. It was pretty crazy. Eddie Thorpe threw him into steps, and I guess Dijak took the bump weird, or I don't know what happened. Maybe it was intentional. Hold on, it's spinning again.
You're good. You're good. We can hear you, bro.
There we go. He met the side of his head with the.
Jeesh. Really?
Am I still good?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. He hit the side of his head on the stairs or something?
Why we always have problems with this?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a Saturday. But yeah. Okay, so you said that Dijak hit his head on the side of the stairs wrong or something?
All right, we're good.
Okay.
That match ended disqualification. Dijak threw Eddie Thorpe into the turnbuckle. The top turnbuckle got taken off. Like the whole thing came out of the post. It was pretty wild. So we're gonna get some sort of match to follow that up soon. Actually, it was Keanu Carver against Riley Osborne. Riley Osborne is basically the UK version of Evan Bourne, but with more talent.
Okay.
And Keanu Carver, bro, look out for that name to blow up because he is arguably one of the most phenomenal athlete talents to come into NXT. He's incredible. And then so we had the main event, which was Lyra and Nikita versus Cora and Blair. Nikita coming back from her ACL tear. You know, they protected her most of the match. She didn't do a lot. She got offense in and stuff and got to show off her moveset a little bit. Lyra ended up taking the pin from a returning Cora Jade, and Blair Davenport is being the number one contender is really eye opening because now it's like, okay, Blair and Cora are either going to face off each other or it's going to be a triple threat match. So I think the plans are to have Cora Jade win that title because Blair's great, but I think Blair is just missing something, and I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
So then we have the last juicy segment of NXT, and that's Trick Williams, Ilya Dragunov, and Carmelo Hayes. Trick is coming out there shooting his shot with Ilya, saying, you know, this isn't the same person that you faced a couple months ago. You're not going to disrespect me in my face and stuff like that. He's like, I'm going to beat you. Out comes Carmelo. Carmelo comes out and says, I don't mean to interrupt your segment, Trick, but the last time I got hit that hard, it was Ilya Dragunov. And he's like, Ilya's the one that attacked us backstage. I've been putting it together, and I figured it out. Ilya attacked us. So Ilya's like, you were delusional. It wasn't me that attacked you guys. Why are you saying that? So he goes to take the title from Ilya. They play tug of war with it, and he knocks Trick out on his ass.
Damn.
And HBK being HBK leaves that on a cliffhanger. I'm like, bro, what are you doing to us?
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Do you think Mello attacks Carmelo?
Really good Yeah.
You think Melo is going to attack Trick during the match, during this championship match?
Either that's gonna happen or there's gonna be like some footage being posted of cast. But I truly think that I think Melo attacked him 100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, so we're gonna move on to SmackDown. SmackDown opened up with Roman coming out and talking about, it's a time for celebration. It's the holiday season, and he appoints Solo as the fucking heir to the tribal chiefdom. That throws Jimmy in a loop, and Jimmy's like, "What the f?" Right? And you can tell he's all beaten down, but like, out comes Randy, and Randy, cuts a promo, and dude, I love Randy, but that promo felt really childish. That was like a Roman Reigns when he was the big dog promo. You know what I mean?
I think with the new management being the way that it is, and Randy not having the best character work without Vince, I feel like at his side for as many years as he did. I think the good thing about Triple H is he lets people be who they are, and he lets people go out there and cut promos however they want. This being Randy's first face-to-face promo with Roman, I thought it was okay. I really like that RKO spot where he almost got Roman. I'm curious to see how their match is going to go down at the Rumble because, like you said, I don't think they're going to have Randy go over. It wouldn't make sense.
No.
But promo wise, it was okay. You heard a couple little giggles in the crowd with the voices in his head comment and stuff. But I think Randy just trying to get his feelers back.
Yeah.
And trying to understand where the company is, understand where Roman is as a character.
Yeah.
I'll give him time just because he's been gone for so long.
I think the line that I enjoyed the most was, Randy said, you're not just a great champion, you're a legend, but things may change with me, but I'm forever the legend killer. And I was like, oh, yes.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
It's one of those things where a returning superstar who's been gone for over a year, bro. He's been gone over a year.
Yeah.
And being away from the wrestling world, being away from a scripted sport for so long takes you out of that game that you don't have character work. You don't have that working 365 and mentality anymore. You have that I was gone 18 months. This is my first really big promo. So let me see what I can do with it. Because I don't think he cut a promo before that, right?
No.
Other than the Rhea Ripley stuff.
Yeah, no, this is his first one, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, and the 18-month comment really, really made me pay attention to that promo because I'm like, you took 18 months of my life away.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make sure that you're gone. You're gone.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a good ride, man. I just hope either if they bring him back in a promo segment with Roman, I hope that it's one of those where he feels a little more confident.
Yeah, I agree. The first match of the night was a US tournament eliminator match, and that was Grayson Waller versus Carmelo Hayes. Great match. Once again, Melo slowed down his style to match that of Grayson Waller. I think what was awesome was that they made Grayson Waller look strong because he's on the main roster, but Melo picked up the win.
You know what's interesting about that Melo Waller match is he forgot to sell the knee that got attacked in NXT.
Yeah.
He did in the match like once, and then he sold the wrong knee this past Tuesday. So it's interesting to see that character work like transfer over, because it's like you don't get that enough.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Look at Malachi. Malachi carried a storyline from him and Seth or whoever it was over to AEW, even though I think he should stop doing it now. But
yeah, I mean, I agree with you. You know, storylines gotta have to transfer in between, you know, shows. Going into the next match, it was Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory. Another great match. Brought
straight
in, God, they beat the dog shit out of each other, man.
Yeah,
it was a great match.
I don't know if it's a kayfabe broken hand, man, but Jesus, Kevin
Yeah.
is so good at selling.
Fuck yeah, he is. You know, and we seen KO pick up the win with the jaw jack with the cast on.
It reminded me of Bob Orton.
Oh yeah, I thought the same thing. Absolutely. So that was pretty cool. And we had a little run in between KO and Carmelo Hayes backstage. That was pretty cool. A little bit of respect shown, and KO kind of did the, you know, Carmelo Hayes is like me back in the day. So it's pretty cool. And then we seen Kabuki Warriors. They were going to be squaring off in tag team action.
I'm so glad the Kabuki Warriors was announced like that, bro. That made me so happy.
Yeah, right. So we got the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and God damn it, what's
Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane. Yep. I can see her face, can't say her name.
Asian Bay.
Yep. Again, and I'm glad that she dropped the pirate character. Like I'm so fucking happy that she did. But they were going up against Zelina Vega and Michin or
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse. That match was, in my opinion, it was a shit show. I'm just gonna say it.
I thought it was okay. I thought the interaction that Asuka and Mia was really good.
Yeah.
Zelina is very awkward in the ring.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because she doesn't have a lot of ring reps to really get better. And not that she's bad. It's more like for instance, when they had her versus Rhea, it's like, okay, so why are we feeding people to Rhea Ripley?
Yeah.
And by the way, them feeding Maxine to Rhea really pissed me off.
Yeah. Dude, so going back to Monday, they fed Maxine to Rhea Ripley. It was bad. Maxine is so fucking green, right? And you could tell Rhea was like pissed because she didn't want to, because she was botching spots, and like WWE's fault that they did that, right? Like you shouldn't.
And it makes me wonder if they're holding off for Rhea. It's like, why don't you guys give her feuds? Like, I like Rhea, but I'm getting to the point where I forget she's champion half of the time.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you got women that can run with her, right? You got Raquel Rodriguez. You got Shayna Baszler. What's up?
Who I'm tired of seeing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You got Shayna Baszler. I mean, you got a litany of women, dude. Your roster on Raw is so deep, and you're throwing Maxine at her. I mean, you got Ivy Nile, and it looks like they're setting up for Ivy Nile to go against her.
If you've never watched an Ivy Nile match, I promise you, she will make your jaw fall on the floor. Yeah, she had a match against Lash Legend on Level Up a couple months ago. You know how big Lash Legend is.
Yeah.
Ivy Nile did a full backflip over this woman and put her in a dragon sleeper.
Jesus.
Bro. After we get done, you gotta watch that match. Honest to God, it's incredible. Ivy's great.
But going back to SmackDown, we had Randy versus Jey Uso, and pretty solid match. At the end, we seen Randy pick up the dub. He picked up the dub over Jey solo. There's some distraction interference, but nothing like really crazy. LA Knight came for the save, which allowed Randy to do RKO on Jimmy. Solo came in and attacked everybody. And then we seen Roman come out, do a stare down. AJ came for the save, returning AJ. Everybody squared off, outside the ring, did stare down. And then the big reveal at the end, AJ attacked LA Knight. So it looks like they're going to set up for LA Knight versus AJ at Royal Rumble.
So I have something on this. So we got a Karrion Kross promo earlier in the night, and he's talking about the timelines of getting ready to cave in and everything, right?
Yeah.
So let's dive into this a little bit. Think about everybody who he has feuded with: Drew McIntyre, Shinsuke, AJ Styles, Madcap Moss. What do all four of those people have in common?
They all turned heel.
They all turn heel, and they all are in important storylines.
Yep.
Karrion Kross is manipulating everybody he's feuded with, and people dump on him so hard for whatever reason. They don't realize that Triple H is silently making Karrion Kross an important player in this game.
The only person that hasn't turned heel that he went against was Ray.
Right, and we got Santos instead. But Ray also got injured.
Yeah, very true.
So I think there was probably something there. And the last person that pinned him was who?
Karrion Kross.
Bobby Lashley.
Oh, Bobby Lashley.
And he's been nothing but cheered lately. Now, how long until we get a monster heel in Bobby?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're pushing him toward monster heel.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, I seen that, and I was very confused because they've been they put Karrion Kross on the back burner, but like he's an important character in that is in the background that people just
some of those background people are just as important as the people at the front of the line, bro.
Oh yeah.
The video segments and the little clips that he makes on his Instagram and Twitter and stuff, when you listen to like the words, like I know a lot of people watch him like, oh, what the hell is he even saying? What is he talking about? I'm like, bro, you're not listening.
Yeah.
Like you guys might not care, but for the people like you and I who appreciate character work, bro, I'm telling you right now, Karrion Kross is going to be a factor in 2024. People just don't see it yet.
Yeah. I'd like to see what happens with him. I think whatever he does is going to be fucking phenomenal.
Oh, and also, who did Scarlett put the sand? What the hell are those things called? The sand things?
Sand of time,
hourglass. The hourglass. Who was the hourglass that she put in the middle of the ring in front of?
Who?
The bloodline.
Oh.
What happened with the bloodline? It all fell apart. Dog, I'm telling you.
Yeah, on his return.
Yeah.
On his return when he attacked Drew.
Right.
Fuck, man, you're
and
right.
If we get a Roman Kross interaction at some point before Mania, right before Mania, where he loses to Cody.
God, like Elimination Chamber?
Thanos.
Like Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man. God, that would be fuck. You know what, dude? You bring up a solid point. Here's another thing a lot of people aren't paying attention to, and this is outside of WWE, but it involves somebody or a few people in WWE. Tyler Rotunda.
Yes, dude.
I wish I could have downloaded it and showed it here. I just didn't have time. I had to do it. If you have it, you guys out there, if you're watching or you're gonna watch, if you haven't seen Tyler Rotunda's fucking promo he just cut or video he just released online, watch it. If you don't know who Tyler Rotunda is, it's the brother of Bray Wyatt, Bo Dallas, for everybody else.
Yeah.
My fucking God.
So I watched that before you sent the stream thing, and I had goosebumps the whole time. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I got a little emotional listening to him talk about Bray.
Like, he sounds just like Bray too.
Yeah, and like openly talking about losing his brother in that damn promo. I was just like, dude, this man is going to have an impact like no other.
Oh yeah.
And I think Bray's loss is felt in every direction. I mean, his sister just posted about him again, and JoJo, and now Taylor. And it's heartbreaking to even think about it being 4 months already.
Right.
And when you sent me that video, I didn't know what to expect. But wow.
Yeah.
Whatever is in the cards, bro, I don't think anybody in WWE Universe is ready for it.
I think
If he even comes to WWE.
What I like the most is he confirmed that he was Uncle Howdy. He said, I was Uncle Howdy.
And I love that he added that was his coping mechanism.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes, dude. And you know, this new character, my God. Dude, I don't even Jesus, man. I don't know.
What kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of Jeff Hardy's Willow a little bit.
Yeah, dude. And like how he
that's for the laughing part though.
How he mentioned how Bo Dallas was like the hope that he had, and then Uncle Howdy was his coping mechanism, and he thrived on pain. He created this other character that might be back around, but if he does return, it's as Tyler Rotunda.
Taylor, by the way, sorry.
Taylor, sorry. Taylor.
You're good.
I'm just fucking mind blown, right? Because this is something that like a lot of people were wanting to happen when Bray was still with us, right? They wanted to see
him. Cross even said that in the cards was him and Bray.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, if we would have gotten that interaction in some capacity, like that would be great for people like you and I who can appreciate character work. Because, you know, I said it the whole time that Bray was back. People were dumping on Bray for promos. For, oh, well, he's just going out there and saying nothing. I'm like, because you're not listening.
Yeah.
Just like there's a guy, I don't know if you know who he is, Joe Gacy in NXT. He was a CZW guy, and they brought him into NXT to essentially play a sort of Bray Wyatt-esque character. I mean, it wasn't directly him, but people were like, "Oh yeah, you could pair him and Bray Wyatt together. That'd be great." I'm like, "Stop, just stop."
Yeah,
and it was hurting him, like hurting his character a lot because people were putting all these expectations on the guy. Mm-hmm. And when GYV left NXT because you know they want to go play indie crap, Joe Gacy he's just kind of there now. Yeah. And he's cutting promos, and people are like, "Oh, why is he standing on the roof of the performance center? Why is he sitting under the ring cutting a promo? None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense." I'm like, because every time that you guys bitch about wrestlers that can't cut promos, and they cut promos, then you bitch about it again. Yeah. You can't win in this industry.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But you know, moving forward, WWE is really exciting. I'm so amped to see what happens in the future.
And I also want to point something out for that Rollins and Punk promo segment. I've never seen a promo segment bump high to a 2 million viewers against 2 Monday Night Football games. Yeah. That doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So WWE is doing something right. They got something in the formula. Something's happening. They're on fucking fire, and I hope that fire does not get extinguished anytime soon. It's great for us.
The fire is getting extinguished. Me personally, I want to say I wish Charlotte nothing but the best with that injury recovery. 9 months is a long ass time to be gone.
Yep. And
it is. I think for as many opportunities as she has been given, I don't think she's appreciated as much as she should be. No. I think she's very overhated. Yeah. And I think she's a massive asset to WWE.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And before we go in other news, we heard, there's news floating around the interwebs that Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné is not signing or has ceased conversations with AEW. So,
LOL.
LOL. It could be she returns to WWE. We don't know.
I think the downfall of Tony Khan and AEW needs to be studied.
Yeah, it's happening right in front of our
It's
eyes.
so bad.
Yeah. So I'm going to do an early prediction. We're about a month, maybe a month and a week away from the Rumble. Who do you see winning the Women's Royal Rumble?
Oh shit, that's a hard one, man. Bailey is the only one who makes sense.
Yep.
Either Bailey or somebody else. I don't know. Maybe a returning Liv Morgan. Because from what reports say, she has no heat in WWE. She's not in trouble, nothing. So,
Okay.
Well, them kind of like putting their foot off the gas with punishing people for weed. I mean, It's great to see she didn't get in trouble. It's unfortunate she got in trouble.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind seeing a returning Liv Morgan win. I'm also a big Liv Morgan fan, so I mean, either her or Bailey, I'd be cool with. I think we're gonna get a couple surprises in the Women's Rumble. I think Mickey, AJ, and Sasha are my three picks for a surprise return.
Yep, absolutely. I would agree with those three. I think Bailey's going to win. I think that's like the only route that you go, Bailey.
Yeah, I agree.
And Bailey does a Batista kind of deal where she doesn't like necessarily mention who she's going to go for until the very end.
Do you think the Charlotte being injured kind of messes that up a little bit though?
No, I don't think Charlotte was in the title picture to begin with.
Right.
I mean, they're doing that slow burn kick out of damage control, or she gets very furious with the fact that.
Look at last night; they were more united than they have been. Yep. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of weird that after the Charlotte injury, now it's like, oh yeah, we're all great, everything's fine.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how they played with the Batista thing when Batista challenged Triple H.
This is true.
So, all right, we got that. The Men's Rumble. Who do you got for the Men's Rumble?
Fuck, man. I don't want Punk to win it. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't want Punk to win it. Not because I have any hate that I want to express to him, because honestly, since he's been back, I have grown to respect him a little bit more.
Yeah.
That promo on Monday where he's like, "That's the last chance," or "That's the last time I'm gonna let you disrespect me," kind of thing was like, okay, we're gonna get a juicy feud here.
Yeah.
I want to see Cody win it again, and I know that may be unpopular with a lot of people, but I think the last person to win it back to back, I believe, was Austin.
Yeah.
And Cody being the back-to-back winner in 2023. I mean, Hunter's all about, this history and stuff. I don't think Cody winning would hurt anything. Because how else are you going to get him and Roman to interact again? Yeah. Do the trade thing again? It doesn't make sense.
No. I think there's two possible routes. Obviously, with the one that you're talking about with Roman, or with Cody winning the Rumble, being a back-to-back winner, sets him up. You could do Elimination Chamber for the Raw and have Punk win. If that's your route that you're going for, Punk going facing Seth at WrestleMania. There's another route where Punk wins the Rumble, and I know that a lot of us don't, some of us don't want to see that. Either way, I'm okay with it. I don't care. But Punk wins the Rumble. You got Elimination Chamber, and Cody enters Elimination Chamber.
So here's my thought on Punk with the Elimination Chamber. What if, and this is another direction they could go with it, what if Rollins comes into the chamber and screws over Punk from winning?
Yeah.
And then said person maybe make it a triple threat. I don't know. I'm just throwing that one out there. I don't want to see a triple threat either, but it's everything has changed since Punk is back now.
It could be a triple threat. Listen, the formula that they've done for the past 20, like we're 40, 20 years for every 10-year show is a triple threat. Look back, WrestleMania 20 you had Benoit, Triple H, and HBK. WrestleMania 30 you had Brian Danielson against fucking Randy Orton and Batista. So it could be Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus somebody else.
What if it's Seth Rollins versus Punk versus Orton?
Could be. Orton's a part of SmackDown.
Oh, right. Sorry, never mind. Forget that. What if Gunther?
Could be Gunther, but it could
My
also
only
be
problem
Finn.
is who takes the IC title off of him.
Could be Finn. Because if I'm looking at WrestleMania they could bring Brock in, and Brock could face Gunther.
Do you think Gunther's ready for that challenge?
Oh yeah, the hands down.
So?
Yeah.
So my only thing is, I don't want whatever holes he does have in his game, because I don't see any if there is any. I don't want any holes in his game to be exposed like Braun's was when Braun faced Brock.
Yeah.
Because remember how that went down.
Yeah. Well, there's two completely different athletes.
Right.
You know, you got Braun who was
running roughshod over the entire roster.
Yeah, but he also hasn't been hasn't wrestled for the length of time that Gunther has. Right. Then you got Gunther, who's a fucking perfectionist in the ring. You know, that is the ring general. That man does not botch a fucking move. That man puts on. He could put on a fucking clinic with a goddamn 3-year-old. Okay, right. like let's be real here. Yeah, let's be real here. And so I think the route that you go for the IC title, and I know dropping Brock down to an IC title picture is not ideal, but if you want to solidify him at Gunther as a goddamn unstoppable force, Brock.
So would you have him go over Brock?
Absolutely.
So have him put over Cody and Gunther, like back to back.
Yeah, why not?
That's my only problem. Is like Brock is so damn good.
Yeah.
That like, not that I have anything against Gunther going over Brock. I just want it to be like a full-blown war between the two.
Oh,
don't give me like a 5-minute squash match where Gunther wins by chop or some shit. You know what I mean?
No, this needs to be a fucking clinic, and I think it would. You know, I think it would. You know, but you have to also look at who Brock has put over. He put over Roman multiple times, and he put over Cody. Both that are in their prime, that are doing the best work of their life. And then you put over Gunther. You know, Brock doesn't even have to fucking come back after that. Brock can just retire and then headline the Hall of Fame next year.
Yeah. It's interesting where the landscape of everything is right now, because like we all say Cody's going to beat Roman, but is that the plan? Like we still don't know if that's the plan or not.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a face-to-face between the two over the last couple months, but Roman's barely on TV, and you know, I'm kind of at the point where it's like, all right, bro, like be on TV, please. Because
well, here's another thing, man, is we could have a triple threat, and this is completely sidebar from what we've been talking about. We could have a bloodline triple threat where it would be Jay versus Jimmy versus Solo.
I see Jimmy going face.
I could see it too, but I don't see Jay reuniting with him.
I don't either.
It would make no sense for that to happen.
It kind of, you know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of when the Hardys got split.
Yeah.
Although that was a little bit of a different dynamic with the draft thing. I mean, Jay got traded over, so I guess sort of kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I just wonder what's in the cards for Jay, because like he's doing great on Raw. I mean, obviously he's over, but like, where are we going with Jay?
Yeah.
Like he's not doing anything worth like, other than crowd interaction. What is he doing? getting the shit kicked out of him by Drew McIntyre. That's it.
Yeah. I think, what they could do with this is, have Jay enter the Rumble. He eliminates Drew. Jimmy eliminates Jay. Solo eliminates Jimmy.
I would 1000% be okay with the full bloodline being in the Rumble.
Yeah.
It needs to happen.
Yeah.
I would definitely love to see the Usos reunite to take out Solo. Not gonna lie, that would be pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen, but
no. That could sow seeds for the the Usos, or for the bloodline triple civil war. I mean, that could be fucking Civil War 2.0, but like have all of them in a triple threat match, right? And them going out. I think that would be great. I know that the original plan may have been Jimmy versus Jay, but you throw Solo in there, you got the brother, right? He's already been determined to be the next in line to be the tribal chief. So
shit, he just went over Cena.
Yeah, he just went over Cena. Why not? He could take that, and either Jimmy needs to eat the pen, and either Jay winning or Solo winning.
It's interesting to see when we talk about the bloodline landscape, like never mind the roster, just the bloodline in general, is okay, who is going to be, next under Roman? Is it going to be Jay like most of us think? Or is it going to be Solo doing what Umaga was supposed to do and run roughshod over the entire roster and win titles? Because he's already had one title, which I always forget because it was so damn brief, but he's already won one title.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious to see what the long-term goal is for Solo, because while Cena putting him over was great for him, I want to see more story with Solo now.
Yeah, I agree. Couldn't agree more. The landscape of WWE is fucking crazy, and it's going to
so unpredictable, bro. Like I've never seen the product this good in quite some time.
Yeah, absolutely. So that does it for this week. Next week we'll be back. We'll talk Raw, NXT, SmackDown, and I'm excited to see what happens this week, man. There's a lot of potential for leading up into the Rumble. So until next week, I hope you guys have a good week and be good. Enjoy wrestling, and much love.
Peace out.